Can I help you?
Hello there. Would this be the residence of Blitz?
Who's asking?
My name is James. I am an acquaintance of Stolas. I heard word that His Former Majesty was staying here.
What do you want?
Well, I had hoped to seek him out and speak about the recent events which took place before Christmas. I am a sort of doctor of his.
Well, Stolas isn't here right now. Come back later.
What about Blitz? I've also spoken with him. Might he be home?
He's not here either.
I see. And forgive my sudden string of questions, but who might you be?
None of your business. Whatever you got going on with Stolas or Blitz, I don't want any part of it.
I understand. Although, judging by how he described you, and your presence inside his home, would you happen to be Blitz's daughter?
And what's it to ya?
I had been meaning to speak with you as well. Won't you invite me inside?
Look, pal, I just met you, and now you want to come inside my fucking home?
I promise you that I have no ill intentions. I made such a promise to Stolas when I spoke with his own daughter.
You know Octavia?
Oh, yes. I had the privilege of speaking with her and assessing her mental state a while ago. With permission from Stolas, of course.
And now you want to do this thing with me?
In a manner of speaking.
I don't need a doctor or therapist or whatever.
Very well. Then why don't you help me in a different way?
What do you mean?
My purpose in this place is to learn and document. To put it simply, I wish to learn about all kinds of demons and people in hell and how they think. A lot has transpired since Stolas was dethroned and cast out, and I have been meaning to gather everyone's opinions and thoughts on the event. I have already done so with over 100 others for different events and more. Your cooperation would help significantly.
Not interested.
I could make it worth your while.
Yeah, like you'd have anything I'd want.
Like father, like daughter. If you'd allow me just 5 minutes of your time, that would be plenty. I would be gone before you know it. I brought liquor.
Fine. 5 minutes.
Thank you.
What?
Oh, nothing. I'm just observing my surroundings. Your home is very unique.
So what's with the booze?
It was meant for Stolas, should I have found him here. A small comfort in trying times.
I don't recognize that branding. TS-78. Where'd you get that?
Oh, this alcohol is custom made. It is based on panko, something my friend Ivan helped brew.
Never heard of it.
It has a relatively high alcohol level and is based on fermented plums. Supposedly it's a taste of home, according to Ivan.
And that was for Stolas?
Yes, though you're welcome to try it.
Pass. Just do what you gotta do.
Fair enough. Have a seat. Now, why don't we begin by talking about recent events? How long has Stolas been staying here with you and Blitz?
Like a few weeks?
Has that impacted your life in any significant or meaningful way?
Nah, Stolas just keeps to himself most of the time when he's not talking with Blitz. We haven't really talked much.
And what are your opinions on his current situation?
Honestly, can't help but feel bad for the guy. You saw what happened at the trial, right?
Yes.
All his power, money, just gone. That'd fuck anybody up. On top of that, now his own daughter hates him.
Really? This... What happened exactly?
Because of the whole banishment thing, he couldn't really talk with Via. Poor guy wanted to see her so bad that he tried to go back and see her in person. Ended up getting into a fight with another one of those Argoisha. This one was all about ice and snow or something.
Curious.
We came to help, but Via stopped the whole thing. I remember Stolas tried to talk with her, but she wasn't having it. How she said that Stolas chose Blitz over her, it was kind of hard to watch.
Tell me more.
There was something else. Via had some sort of bottle of meds with her. They were Stolas's, apparently. Some sort of pills that he was taking. Via said that Stolas never loved her and that he's told enough lies. Turned her back and left Stolas on his knees crying.
Fascinating.
Did you give him those pills?
No. This is the first time I'm hearing about these. Do you know how long Stolas was taking this medication?
No, but from what I heard Via say, probably a while.
Do you believe there is a chance their relationship will recover?
Hard to say. It's gonna be hard to do anything when they can't even talk with each other.
Have you thought about contacting Octavia yourself?
I mean, a few times, but what am I gonna do? Tell her dad's sorry?
What about your stance on Blitz after this ordeal?
What do you mean?
Does your father's impact on the relationship between Stolas and Octavia change your view of him?
Fuck. I haven't really thought about that. I mean, he's still my dad, and I don't think he was trying to cause any shit between Stolas and Via.
Conflicted?
Blitz is a good guy. Yeah, he can fuck up sometimes, but he's not some heartless monster.
He runs a business assassinating people who also have families. What does that say?
Oh, come on, that's different.
Even so, would you say that Blitz is partially to blame for this mess?
Well, I guess, yeah. He's the reason Stolas lost what he did, but Blitz never wanted that.
I see. If your father himself let Stolas stay here, was it an obligation?
Put yourself in his shoes. Stolas got his home and family taken from him because of something you two did together. Wouldn't you feel like it'd be a dick move not to help?
So Blitz's action was a kindness, is what you're saying?
Sure.
I will have to see what Octavia's point of view is. I can imagine that she is not too fond of Blitz.
Why don't you do something then? Talk with her about Stolas and stuff. Maybe get them to start talking with each other again.
That is not possible. I am simply an observer. I want to have no involvement or persuasion with anything whatsoever.
So you're fine with just watching those two fall apart?
I am neither content nor distraught at their current predicament. Whatever happens next, I am only to watch and document. Anything I do to influence the decisions or behaviors of the people I study would negatively impact the results, as the choices they make would not be natural.
Save me the lecture. What's the point even?
To learn the inner workings of a demon's mind, then to simply archive it away for future use. While I gather data, I will not side with anyone. As I've told one of my previous subjects, there is no such thing as a villain when you're a neutral power.
Passive dickhead.
I can tell that you're embodying some behaviors and tendencies of your father.
So what?
It seems he takes good care of you, wouldn't you say?
He's doing his best.
How did you and Blitz come to know each other?
What does that matter? I thought this was about Stolas and shit.
It's sometimes in my best interest to also learn about the people I speak with. It provides a reference to the point of view given.
What?
If I know about the person, then their point of view and thoughts about things will make more sense to me.
Then ask away, Mr. Questionnaire.
When did you and Blitz first meet?
Like, about 2 years ago, at an adoption center for hellhounds.
Interesting. Is that where Blitz took you in as a father?
Yeah.
What was it like during your first few months with Blitz?
Different. The way he treats me now isn't too different from how we were back then. It was strange for me, you know? This random guy takes you in, and on the road back he's already calling you his kid.
Weren't you grateful for him?
I was, but I didn't want to admit it. And after that, The amount of shit he let me get away with. Sneaking out, stealing, everything. Can't remember one time when he was even mad at me. But he was always happy when I came home.
Perhaps he was afraid.
Of me?
Of losing you. Maybe in his mind, if he let you do whatever you wanted, he wouldn't seem like an overbearing father, and you wouldn't try to run away.
It could have also been the reputation around hellhounds. Usually when we're adopted, it's for some rich asshole who wants extra hands for work. We're not really seen as family material, just tools. It's why I was so surprised when Blitz didn't even ask me to do anything for him. Just started treating me like I was his own kid.
This could explain his treatment of you. He didn't want you to think you were his property. Simply just family.
Probably.
Why do you suppose he chose you?
That's a good question.
You never asked him?
To be honest, I was just so happy to leave that prison. I didn't care what my new owner had in store for me. The last thing I expected was to be part of a family and have Blitz as my dad.
Do you ever wonder about life before the adoption center? About your biological parents?
No, and I'm not talking about that.
Why not?
Don't push it, creep.
Fine. Why don't we discuss IMP? When I spoke with him before the trial and dethronement of Stolas, Blitz talked about your role as the office manager and secretary while he and the others went on missions.
Yeah, it's up to me to take calls and schedule stuff. Though that might change soon.
How so?
It's looking like Stolas is going to be taking over that spot. He already took a call on Sinsmiss. I joined my dad on that same mission.
So I could find him in your offices?
Probably.
Gotcha. Thank you for your cooperation, Loona. I have just a few questions left.
Sure.
Do you believe there is a chance that Blitz will at one point repeat Stolas' error? Inadvertently abandoning his daughter for someone else?
Absolutely not. I know Blitz. He'd never do something like that.
Are you sure? Stolas showed this kind of love and care for Octavia the same way Blitz does for you. Yet, everything fell apart.
Look, I don't know what Stolas said or did or whatever. Octavia just said that he kept lying to her. Blitz doesn't have anything to hide from me.
Then, could you explain that? All these lovely photos, yet Blitz has seemingly crossed out his face in every single one of them. He even took the effort to frame your adoption certificate. Signed by... Beelzebub? How about that?
That doesn't mean
Your father is a very conflicted and broken man. He likely rescued you and took you in as his daughter to fill a hole in his heart or soul, to give himself purpose. But now that he has Stolas living in the same household, perhaps he will see how well he could be treated. Instead of a rebellious and difficult daughter, he would choose a loyal, patient, and kind husband. Stolas has already begun to take your position in IMP. I wonder what else he will... You do care for Blitz. You're afraid of being replaced.
He'd never replace me! Not for anyone!
Of course. I apologize. I did not mean to offend or aggravate you. You know Blitz better than anyone, and I'm sure you were right about him. Why don't we have a drink, as a thank you for your time? Afterwards, I will leave.
Wasn't that meant for Stolas?
I realize that I made a mistake. I should not have been so cold to you. Accept this as my apology. I can always brew another batch for him.
Fine. One drink.
Excellent. You're a very kind host.
If you say so. Aren't you gonna have some?
Oh, I don't drink. Fogs up the brain.
Pussy. Oh, fuck. That's weird. Ugh.
It's quite different from what you're used to, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something.
This isn't our first attempt at something like this, by the way. You should have seen what the earlier batches were like.
What'd you say this was called again?
A form of panka. It was originally a beverage developed in medieval Hungary, though we put our own twist on the recipe. Ivan is to thank for the base. A slightly different and modern version with double distillation to increase the alcohol level to about 65%. We added our own ingredients to improve the taste and more.
You're saying this was an improvement?
I know. Not exactly the highest quality. I'm sure you've had much better at parties.
Easily.
Before I go, could you possibly explain the choice of decoration?
Yeah, that's all Blitz. I don't even want to get into it.
He seems to really enjoy horses. Well, I appreciate your cooperation today, Loona. And if you could do me a small favor.
What?
Could you perhaps keep this meeting between us? Blitz doesn't exactly like me.
Why?
I may have struck a nerve when we first spoke. Before I could apologize, he destroyed my tape recorder.
Yeah, sounds about right. Blitz doesn't take shit from anyone.
Any second now.
What?
And... Test 1. What was the name of your adoption center where Blitz found you?
The fuck? What kind of question is that?
Impossible.
Hey! I'm talking to you!
I apologize. I misspoke. I meant to ask, what would you have done if Blitz hadn't picked you at the adoption center?
I don't know, and I don't want to imagine it.
Right. If you don't mind, could I take the Palka back? I want the quality to be better for Stolas.
Sure.
Thank you. I'll be on my way now. We shall speak again soon.
Whatever.